Hey folks, I got an Xbox One, as you can see. This is the first console of the new generation that I've picked up. I don't know if I'll get the PS4 or not, because there are some games on there that are pretty cool, but I think most of the games I want are cross-platform anyway, so the Xbox One will probably be just fine for that. I had both the Xbox 360 and the PS3 at one point. I ended up selling them both because I just didn't play them. The games weren't... I wasn't too interested in the games in that generation, but the games that are coming out now are looking really good for the Xbox One and PS4. They're just looking fantastic. So I decided to pick one of these up after selling a bunch of stuff. This is the connectless version of the Xbox One, as you can see, that recently came out. I didn't get the one with the Kinect because, well, I think the Kinect is stupid. It's motion controls, so you know that has gimmick written all over it. And me being who I am, I'm not going to use motion controls. I just like pushing the button and making it do stuff. I don't need any extra bells and whistles, so this is all I need. And you basically just get the console with the controller and some accessories, and that's really it. So let's check it out. Outsides of the box here. And of course, it being the Xbox One, it has a similar tile interface that Windows 8 does, and now that the Xbox 360 does as well. Here's the stuff that is included. Of course, you get the Xbox One itself. You get a controller. They actually give you a headset. Wow, sweet. They give you an HDMI cable. Definitely appreciate that. It has built-in wireless, unlike the original core system Xbox 360 I had 10 years ago. More like 8 years ago, actually. They give you a 1-year warranty on the console, so I'm sure that'll be okay. 500 gig hard drive built into this one, so there you go. Look for games and accessories designed for the Xbox One. There you go. Apparently it supports Dolby, Blu-ray disc, DTS HD, HDMI. What's nice about this, it has a Blu-ray drive. So I can watch my Blu-ray movies again, which will be fantastic. That's another reason I got this, because I wanted a Blu-ray player. There are certain games that are coming out in the Xbox One that I'm looking forward to. And Halo. Yeah. Halo 5, The Guardians, and Halo Master Chief Collection. That's half the reason I got this thing. There are other games that I want to play on here, such as Titanfall, Killer Instinct, what was the other one? Forza. I'm probably going to get one of the Forza games. One guy on here is telling me to get Forza 2 Horizons, but, you know, I'm going to wait and see on those. Probably see some reviews and footage and stuff before I buy those, but I know I'm getting the Halo stuff, and I know I'm getting Titanfall. And I'm probably going to get Killer Instinct, so well worth it. Plus, there are the cross-platform games that come out for both systems, the PS4 and the Xbox One, that I'll be getting as well. So now that the Xbox One doesn't come with the Kinect, I thought it was worth getting. So I'm going to open this up and we're going to take a look at it. One thing I should say before opening this looks strikingly very similar to the Xbox 360 core system box I used to have. That one was also a very green box. Coincidence? Hey, Microsoft is harkening back to those good old days, I guess. Well, good old days are relative, but, you know, let's open this up and check it out. Looks like you get a box of stuff here. What is this? Probably the accessories. Yeah. Here's the power brick, which is quite a bit smaller than the Xbox 360 one that I remember. Keep in mind, I had the original Xbox 360, the white one, so I had all that stuff. They give you a headset, which is nice. I'll probably be using that and playing Titanfall. And, of course, the Halo multiplayer that comes with Halo Master Chief Collection that I'm really looking forward to. That'll be useful for that. Looks like it comes with documentation here. IEC power cord. Excellent. At least that's for the power brick. But, of course, the end that plugs into the Xbox is a really big two-prong thing. Alright. And, of course, you get an HDMI cable, which is nice. Here's a controller. I think that's the first thing we should take a look at. Here's the new controller. Comes with a set of AA batteries, so much like the Xbox 360, when you first get it, you first start out with just some AA batteries that you stick in there, which I'm perfectly okay with that. I guess you stick a battery pack in there for the play and charge kit. I'm going to get a play and charge kit eventually, just for the cable itself. So, there you have it. I absolutely love the Xbox One controller. It feels fantastic, especially the triggers. The triggers are nice and smooth. Although, I don't like the shoulder buttons because you have to reach over a little bit too far. Although, moving between those is pretty nice, actually. The thumbsticks feel exactly the same. The D-pad, oh wow, the D-pad is so much better than the Xbox 360 controller. It's not even to be believed. Yeah, that's way better. I hope these work. I wonder if these work on Windows. I'd like to use this controller on Windows. Get another one, or get another two, actually. Get one for the Xbox One, get one for my PC, and just use that. Because that D-pad has been an Achilles heel of my 360 controller. The face buttons are okay. Feel a bit different than I would have expected them to. And of course, up top, the Xbox button. Yeah, I like this controller. Feels pretty good. Still doesn't top the PS4 controller, I think, but it's still a damn good controller. Feels pretty nice in the hand. So, there you have it. They're nice enough to give you some Duracell batteries. So, there you go. I'd probably put lithiums in one of these, just so it lasts longer. So, that's the accessories. Now let's take a look at the console itself. And here we have the console itself. Looks a bit like a fancy Blu-ray player. Like a Bang & Olufsen Blu-ray player or something. Do not move console without first removing a disc. Looks like it's a touch button. I think that's just an LED right there. The design of the console is strange. It's just glossy black and then a vent. It's matte black. I don't know. I think it looks kind of goofy. But who cares? This thing is supposed to play games, not look nice. At least in my opinion. Looks like it's well ventilated. It's a nice improvement over the Xbox 360. At least the original one that I had. There you go. Here's a look at the connectivity on the back. There's the power. There is HDMI out. There's Toslink optical audio. HDMI in for the TV that they promised you. USB ports, port for the Kinect. Looks like an IR sensor blaster output thing. And of course Ethernet. There you go. There's your warranty sticker, I think. That's what that is. And then there's a Kensington lock. So it's pretty basic. It looks like it has a really, really big fan down in there. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, looks like there's a nice big fan about right there. It blows down on the consoles. Now, what's nice about these newer generation of consoles, both the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 run on an x86-64 architecture. Because they both use similar CPUs. Actually, they're AMD APUs. That is what is in these systems. AMD APUs in both of them. And both are pretty comparable in performance. I mean, this one performs a little bit... I think this one has a little bit less performance in it than the PS4, but the difference in real-world terms is pretty minimal, so it doesn't really matter anyway. So there you go. Either way, it should play the games just fine. So what do I care, right? Of course, I'll be using this thing to play Destiny, the newest Bungie game that's coming out in September, Killer Instinct, Halo Master Chief Collection, Halo 5 The Guardians, Titanfall. I might get Grand Theft Auto 5 for this, I'm not sure. Depends how good the port is, I guess. Since that's not out yet. I'd like to get that for PC, but we'll see. What else did I get? Oh yeah, Forza. Those are the games I know I want so far. I do still have my Xbox Live account from years ago. It's just a silver one right now, though. I think I'm gonna have to buy gold again once I get some games for this thing. This is just like when I got the PS3. I got the system, but I didn't get any games for it whatsoever. So I'm gonna try. I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with Xbox Live before I get games. So what I might end up doing is buying a few games in the store, like some arcade games, and just using those for a while. Because the game that's coming out the soonest that I'm looking forward to the most is Destiny. I really can't wait for that to come out. Destiny is also coming out on the 360 and the PS3, funny enough. So if you have those systems, you can play it too. But since I had to buy something new, I figured why not get an Xbox One, since that has all the Halo stuff that I'm looking forward to. But yeah, let's plug this thing in and check it out. Alright, I've got the TV all hooked up. I've got a film light over here. Film light. And I have two Xbox Ones. Check it out. An Xbox One and an Xbox One. Anyway, yeah. This is the one we'll be focused on here. So, I have it all hooked up. Let's hit the button on the controller and see what happens. Actually, let me check the volume on the TV first to make sure it's not incredibly loud. 25, that's about right. So, let's do it. We have life. Excellent. So this on the controller lights up here, the little Xbox logo there. And the Xbox logo on the console lights up as well. Very quiet machine. Looks like it's booting up now. Trying to figure itself out, so I'll let it do that for a little while. Alright, it went to a black screen. Let's see what happens here. I don't know what it's doing right now. It's just kind of sitting there thinking. Wow, this reminds me of Windows a little bit. Let's do English. Where do I live? I live in New Zealand, man. Clearly, I live in the United States. Choose your display. You can choose between 720p and 1080p, and this is a 720p TV, so that's what we'll choose. So we want to keep that at 720p because that's the highest res we have. Alright, built-in Wi-Fi, so I'll enter the Wi-Fi thing in here. It is connecting. This is good. You're connected. Yay. Oh, of course, let's update it. 768 megs. You know, I think this is going to be the norm with the new consoles, is that they're just going to update when you first get them now. Alright, let's update it. So, this is my first experience with the Xbox One. Update the damn thing the moment you turn it on. It's just like Windows. It's just like the Xbox 360, actually, too. So, you know. I'll let it update, and then it'll probably be all done. There was a problem with the update. You know what? Just try again. I guess the connection just went poo. I don't know what happened there. Whatever, check the network connection. Wireless. Jesus, this is getting annoying. I'm just going to finish all this crap. Well, that was incredibly irritating. I had Wi-Fi problems up the wazoo, so I moved my TV setup from over there to over here right next to the router where I just plugged it directly in, and I haven't had a problem since. So I'm just going to use it like that. When it first played, it showed basically an ad for the Xbox One. It showed a bunch of games, like I think it was a bunch of launch titles for the thing. So that's the only thing you missed, but I'm sure that movie's online somewhere. As you can see, the interface is pretty much just like Windows 8 tiles and stuff everywhere. Killer Instinct has finished downloading. That's a free game, by the way. I got that for free, so I can actually show you some gameplay. Here's some games that I've downloaded. Killer Instinct is ready. Halo Spartan Assault I'm also downloading for free. I had that on the Windows 8 store, so I thought that was good. In the queue, I have Killer Instinct, Netflix, Skype, Twitch, audio player, the Blu-ray player, YouTube, Halo Spartan Assault. So there's a lot of stuff on here I really like. One thing that's cool is it has Amazon Instant Video, it has Crackle, it has a bunch of these services that a lot of people use for watching TV shows and movies and stuff. So these consoles really have come into the future a little bit. Feels a lot less antiquated than the Xbox 360 does. Although the Xbox 360 also has a lot of these services now as well. I changed my gamer pick, as you can see. Something silly. Yeah! And, yeah, it looks pretty cool. Now I can show you at least a little bit of Killer Instinct, just to show you a little bit of gameplay. I mean, it's not going to be anything special, it's just Killer Instinct. So let's start it. We actually see a little bit of the gameplay. This is one of the reasons I got the Xbox One, was for Killer Instinct. Double Helix Games. There we go. Killer Instinct. Syncing data for Killer Instinct. There seems to be a thing, is waiting for stuff to finish. This is one of those games that is free, but the add-ons cost a little bit of money here and there, like $4, I think, for some of the add-ons. So it kind of lures you in a little bit like that. Checking downloadable content. So yeah, it's one of those games. Here we go. Welcome to Killer Instinct. Yay! So you can do local play, online multiplayer, all that kind of stuff. Let's do local play. Let's do an arcade. Let's do practice. Just to show you what it's like. Yeah, I only get one. You only get Glacius or whatever. To start out with. Let's fight a spider. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You're gonna see me be very terrible because I'm using one hand to play this. But this is the type of gameplay that we get on a console like this. It's just practice, just to show you what it's kind of like on this console. This is an example of just a fighting game. I don't have anything substantial yet. I will in the future. But so far, I like this console. The controller feels nice. The games look pretty cool so far. Yeah, practice mode. Practice mode lets you do anything, pretty much. I'm just punching her in the face, and she's not even doing anything. Pretty funny. But yeah, this is Killer Instinct. It's one of those games that's free, but you have to pay to unlock a bunch of other stuff. So, you know, little by little, you can unlock stuff. Which I'm not a huge fan of microtransactions, but you know what? It might be worth getting some of them at least. Yeah. That's Killer Instinct for you. That's just an example of a game. for one of these newer consoles. It's the only one I have, so that's all I can show you, unfortunately. What else can I show you? This thing has Internet Explorer built in, which is weird to me, but hey, there you go. So finally, a console with a web browser, huh? That's a lot better than the one for the PlayStation 3. That had a really sad web browser in it. Of course, that was on the Cell processor, and this is x86, so it's, you know, it's much better. There you go. It takes you to Bing, of course. That's the cursor you get. You get this little thing that you move around and click on stuff with. So it's a bit clunky. I haven't tried plugging in a keyboard or anything, but, you know. And the nice part about this thing is I can use this to watch my Blu-ray movies, which I definitely will be using this for, so that's why I've downloaded that Blu-ray player. That's when you get back to your profile here. I only have a couple friends online. Of course, Phil13's on an Xbox 360. These are all people that I played with way back in the day. If you see yourself on here, consider this a shout out. I spent a lot of time with you guys in Halo 2 and some other games. Hey, that's a fellow YouTuber right there. That's also a fellow YouTuber. That's one of my friends from high school. That's a lifelong friend of mine right there. That's a friend of mine from online. That's a friend I've had for about 10 years. Don't talk too much, but there's another one of my friends right there. A lot of these guys are just from when I used to do glitching and stuff in Halo 2, back in the original Xbox days. All these people left over. I haven't had gold for years, but it still kept all my friends there, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this is the connectless Xbox One. So far, it's pretty cool. The interface, people say it's a bit weird, but it's really not that big a deal to get used to, honestly. You can pin stuff on the side here. It's kind of cool. But yeah, the interface is a little bit clunky, but it's really not that big of a deal to go through. Once you figure it out, it's really no big deal at all. So yeah, I cannot wait to get Xbox Live Gold and get a few substantial games for this thing. The first one I think I'm going to get is Titanfall. Once I get Xbox Live Gold, that's probably what I'll do. It could be Titanfall or it could be Destiny. It's going to be one of those two. But Destiny comes out in September, so I think I'll have time to get Titanfall before then. And Titanfall's cheaper on eBay than it is in the store on here. It's $60 in the store. It's $40 on eBay. Where do you think I'm going to be going? Yeah. So there you have it. I'm pretty pleased with this. It's pretty cool. So that's the connectless Xbox One that I got, and I'll be keeping for quite a while. I don't know if I'll be getting a PS4 or not. Depends if there's a killer app for me, like there is for the Xbox One, which has all the Halo stuff and Destiny's cross-platform. But then there's this Killer Instinct stuff. There's the Forza stuff. It's mostly the Halo stuff, to be honest with you, that made me get this. Plus, there's all the cross-platform games I'm going to enjoy. Grand Theft Auto 5 is a possibility for on here. Titanfall is a definite win for this thing. I'm getting it for that. Destiny I'm getting for this thing. So there's some cross-platform games that'll make this thing well worth it for me as well. Plus, I have a history with Xbox already, as you saw by the friends list, so you know it should really not even be a big deal to use this. It's a huge win for me. Now that you don't need a Kinect to use it, I'm perfectly okay with owning one of these. Simply for the games, because what's about the console is the console is all about the games, and the type of games I want to play are on this console. So there you have it. Okay, so I've learned a few things about the Xbox One since yesterday, and I learned that the 14-day subscription thing that I got with my Xbox One just flat out didn't work. I had to call Xbox directly to resolve it. Using the chat didn't really do anything. So I called them, and they fixed it, and now I have gold for a while until I can buy a 12-month card. So that'll be nice. I'll buy a 12-month card at some point after I get paid. So I've learned a few things. I've learned something kind of important in the power management settings. Power management settings. You have two settings for power mode options. You can have energy saving, or you can have instant on. Now, for those of you who have worked on old televisions, you'll know instant on pretty well, and instant on usually means that something is left on. I've learned to leave it on energy saving, because if you don't, the power supply will stay on constantly. And the power supply in the Xbox One does have a fan in it. So what that means is that fan will be running constantly, 24/7, all the time. And the fan in here can't be that big, so that means that fan runs the risk of wearing itself out if it's running all the time. And I, for one, don't feel like replacing my brick after like 6 months or a year. Who knows if the fan probably lasts longer than that. But I, for one, don't like that. So I turn the instant on feature off. The benefits of the instant on feature are things like allowing voice control if you have the Kinect and stuff. It'll automatically download updates, and it just turns on really quick. It's basically like putting the console in hibernate or sleep, or a low power mode, but I'm going to leave mine on energy saving, because there are periods where I might not even play this for like a week or two. So I don't see the point in leaving instant on all the time, because it really doesn't even take that long to start the console up anyway. So that's one thing I've learned. I got the 2 free games that I was able to get with the gold, with games with gold. Halo Spartan Assault, which is pretty fun. I like that one. Killer Instinct is free to begin with, but you know you have to pay to unlock stuff. And of course, this is another one, Max: The Curse of a Brotherhood. It's a platformer, so I'll have to see how that one is. Halo Spartan Assault's pretty cool so far. I really like that game. I've played it on Windows, and the one on here seems a bit different than the one on Windows 8. So, pleasant surprise. I do like this game quite a bit. I've found that if you look on eBay, you can get games for this really cheap. I was looking at a copy of Titanfall for $33, and I'm probably going to go for that. Forza 5 was like $30. There was another cheap game. I can't remember. Oh, yeah, you could get Battlefield 4 for $30 as well. I think the first game I'm going to get is Titanfall. I'm not sure what else I'm going to get besides that, because the games that I'm looking forward to aren't going to be out for months. So I'm going to get Titanfall, I think. I might get Forza 5, just because it's so cheap. Forza Horizons I haven't looked at yet. I don't even know if it's out. I noticed Sniper Elite comes out next month, so that should be pretty fun to dabble with. I've heard on the PC from a friend of mine that it's not worth it, but I don't know. But either way, the games I know I'm going to get Titanfall. That's a game I specifically want for the system, so that's probably the first one I'll get. So far, I can say that this is a fantastic system so far. I really like it. The controller is awesome. The Xbox Live service itself was a little finicky. The Wi-Fi experience on this console, the built-in Wi-Fi does not like my router at all. So I ended up wiring it and rearranging my room and stuff. So it might not. That's an issue really with this router, and less with the Xbox. So yeah, that's happened to more than one device, and the Xbox happened to be one of them. Just my luck. Yeah, the Xbox One is nice. The games that are out or are coming out for it look to be pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with that. I hope to get a play-in charge kit at some point so I can actually have a cable. I don't know. I'm going to see what the battery life is like in this controller. Hopefully it's pretty good. It just takes AA's, so, you know, it's nothing special. But so far, I'm pretty pleased with the Xbox One. It's a very nice console. I can't wait to start watching my Blu-ray movies again, and having an upscaled DVD player again, and playing games. So, yeah. I'm going to order Titanfall, I think, and play some of that, because Titanfall is fun. Even though I'm really bad at it right now, I need to practice. So, there you have it, folks. I'm pretty pleased with the Xbox One so far. This new generation of consoles feels a lot nicer than the old one. The Xbox 360 did feel a little bit clunkier compared to this, and so did the PS3. But now that they've sort of fully embraced the internet a little bit more, these actually feel very nice and very feature-rich and nice. I think the PS4 and the Xbox One have really taken the internet and taken full advantage of it. It really feels nice to use a console like this. I haven't used a Wii U yet, so I can't comment on that, but I know the PS4 and the Xbox One so far feel really nice to use. And there you go, folks. That's the Xbox One for you. Can't wait to get some games and start playing it. Have a good one, everybody. Ciao.